And then the last piece that I wanted to talk about in my 8 minutes left is the critical device performance. So I mentioned before, at the end of the day, stuff is still going through a physical router. And the challenge is that we all know that when routers go down, whether it's a Cisco, whether it's an ASA router or it's anything, or whatever it is, that when that thing goes down, many times it pops back up, and for reasons that none of us will ever understand, it doesn't come up with the same configuration that we actually let it went down with, right? So how do we deal with those issues? So the way you deal with those issues is you need to ensure that you have certain policies in place. So from a monitoring standpoint, yeah, we care about the CPU and the memory on that thing and monitoring it to make sure everything's okay and the throughput of that device and monitoring all that stuff. But I think the most important thing is to think about the configuration files of that device and being able to apply mass configuration changes into your network environment and your monitoring environment all at the same time. So if you have an entire policy for a certain, I don't know, just group of Cisco routers, being able to, with one step, being able to apply configurations and back them all up in some schedule so that when the router does come back up, that you can apply that configuration, that was your last good configuration, from some list of configurations that you have saved somewhere. The worst thing we can do, which I know a lot of us do, is we have configuration files for all these routers all over the place in these different, in these different files, if you will, in our, on some desktop somewhere. What you want to be able to do is have, inside of one global view, be able to mass deploy your configuration settings and manage those so that you get an alert if an alert fires to you if the configuration on a router has changed for whatever reason, whether it went down or somebody did something that they probably shouldn't have done and changed the configuration file that was outside of the policies of your organization or something that they probably shouldn't have done.